Alright, what's going on, everybody? So I'm making a couple more videos here before I take off for the day, and I want to get these loaded up. But this one right here, I should first let you know that don't by any means take any of these videos or my advice, because it's not advice. Don't take this as me being some form of financial advisor or anything, or professional. I am not. I am just a guy going through this stuff and trying to put information out that is helping me, so hopefully it can help other people. I am not a financial expert, advisor, nothing of the sort. So if you do any of this, you're doing it at your own risk. I'm just giving you my experience and my opinion and what is exactly working for me. And if I find something that is not working for me, I will tell you flat out that it's not working for me. So, with that said, I wanted to go over, I'm gonna roll my window up here, still in Memphis, getting ready to leave. So, in my opinion, the fastest way to fix, rebuild, grow your credit, and this is from my experience and what I've been having going on, is to you have to flat out confront it head on. Like, obviously there's a reason why your credit is in the particular situation that it is, and most likely you have outstanding debts. Now, I have recently had a few collectors decide they're going to start calling me. Why? I don't know. But either way, you know, natural response is like, hang the phone up on these guys. But I am like very dedicated to making sure that this gets rebuilt. I'm sorry, I'm looking all over the place. There's people moving all around. But I am dedicated to getting this rebuilt as fast as I possibly can. And I have talked to numerous creditors, and I've watched numerous videos on how to rebuild your credit, things you should do if you've got accounts on your credit file that are, 2, 3, 4 years old. And a lot of these places and people will say, ignore it, let it go. It's already this old, just be done with it. They're not going to do anything to fix your file or anything of that sort. Now, that's coming from different individuals and so-called professionals that are, they're telling you just don't do it because it's not worth it. Now, on the opposite side of things, when you actually go and talk to a creditor for whatever reason, and recently I've been talking to a lot of, I guess like loan specialists that handle commercial credit for getting semi trucks and equipment, heavy equipment, because I'm a truck driver. Obviously, most of you know that by now. But they're not too concerned outside of two things, and that is like child support, having child support on your credit report, and any kind of repossession, especially auto repossession. Well, at the same time, if your overall outstanding debt is just too high, they don't want to work with you. Granted, I am like right in that, like I'm like right in the middle. I'm like teetering. I could go one way or the other. But now it actually looks like, because I've been building and because I've been working on my credit, I am more leaning to go for launch. Like, people are going to help me out. And in talking to these people, these financial advisors, loan specialists, everything, which are legitimately like good people, professional people that are trying to help me, they said that there is absolutely no way that a truly legitimate, good lender is ever going to look at your credit report and see at one point negative balances that says paid in full and view that as a bad thing. Yes, it may not be the most optimal thing, but if you had something go into default, but you still remained responsible enough to go forward and pay that off, it looks better on you than waiting it out for 7 years to let it fall off. Now, there's a bunch of different ways to look at that. but I'm giving you my experience. And, that makes sense to me. Not only that, you don't have to wait 7 years before your credit is worthy again. So, taking the approach that I am taking, I'm not only gaining time where my score is going to start building faster, because even if you wait to 7 years, you're going to have to then start building after 7 years and rebuilding whatever damage it does in the process. So I've had these people approaching me, and I don't have a ton of stuff. Most of the stuff on my credit report is like student loans, because I fell into that trap. But either way, that's neither here nor there. I'm getting to that one. But the stuff that I have is like mainly like small stuff. Now, with the other accounts I'm using to rebuild, and a lot of you know I'm using Self as one of them, and that's probably my main one that's helping me the most at the moment in time. But going through my Experian Boost account and actually viewing, because on Experian Boost, it will show you what you have as far as like outstanding debt, like how much outstanding debt you have, your types of payments, your types of credit, your total payment history, whether or not you're pursuing new credit, and the length of your credit. Well, on that right there, my total outstanding debt, I realized I have my 2 past due credit cards that I am currently paying off, and then my 2 new ones, plus my Self loan account. So in doing that, I realized, well, geez, the only thing I got left on here is these 2 credit cards, and it's really dinging up the good credit that I'm building. So these people have called me, and I arranged to pay this off. And I made sure that when I arranged to pay it off, that it was going to be marked as paid in full, and it is going to get removed. Now, I'm going to have to go into the removal process on my own. But the fact of the matter is this, is that if you've got outstanding debt, okay, these people, to get money, they're going to come at you with some ridiculous price. Like I had a call yesterday. They wanted to get like $1,000 and some odd dollars out of me. And I'm like, the original account wasn't even worth that. And they started barking out, well, things cost fees, extra, this, that, And I was like, doesn't matter. I'm not paying that amount. That's ridiculous. I'm not paying that. The original account wasn't even half that. And they're like, well, what about this? And they came back at me with, again, like a way lower number. It was like $500 and some odd dollars. I'm like, yeah, that sounds a lot more reasonable. Let's go ahead and pay that and get it, but before I agree to pay anything and give you any kind of credit card information or bank information, this is coming off my credit report. I want it in writing that's going to be marked in full. And they agreed to everything except for they weren't going to remove it. I had to go in and do that, but it was going to be marked as paid in full. Now, I've already done this with one account, and that lender did exactly as they said they were going to do. They said, pay us this much back. We're good. We'll part ways. We'll have it written up as paid in full, and it'll be gone. I did that. Boom. Credit score went up. And again, going back to these lenders, if you can show that you're making an effort to pay, I'm not saying that you're going to get what you're asking for, but it's going to be more in your favor to show that, hey, I'm not just bailing out on this debt. I'm trying to make it and get it paid off because I know what I did, and not that I did on purpose, or maybe you did do it on purpose, whatever your situation, I took the money. I'm trying to pay it back. I'm not trying to skate out on my debt. That's all there is to it. You're going to show that to them, which is a lot more responsible in their eyes than somebody who, probably just hit a rough spot. And there's going to be people that are going to, want to help as long as you're making the effort to pay these things down. So, in my opinion, approaching it head on and paying these things down, paying these things off, getting them away from you, putting distance between you and the bad credit is going to help, because your outstanding debt, the more you can bring that down, your outstanding debt accounts for, according to my notes right here, it accounts for 30% of your credit score. If you can eliminate that, get the bad stuff off the top and get it removed and gone, and all you have is your positive stuff left, your score is going to start incrementally going up. I can't tell you how fast it's going to go up, but if you only have total good outstanding debt versus half and half, mixed, bad and good, your score is going to go up even more and better, faster. So, my opinion, after talking to these loan specialists and financial experts as far as how to fix your credit, my credit in this particular situation, is do exactly what I'm doing by using this self account, getting this low limit credit card, keeping them paid up and everything. And at the same time, don't try to run from the debt, or, not even necessarily run from it, but don't let it linger. Don't let it sit there. If you have the ability to pay it off, these people will work with you. They will set up a payment plan. Don't just bite down on what they say. Oh, well, you owe $1,000. Be like, I just can't do that. If you say something, I can't do that. It's not possible. They are more than likely going to come back at you with, well, can you do this? And you'll start seeing the numbers come down, and you'll realize that you have a little bit of wiggle room with them. And the biggest thing is like, get something that's comfortable for you and something that they will work with, and get that payment plan started. But don't screw it up once you get it started. Get that payment plan in place. Pay it down, because again, creditors will look at, well, do you have a payment plan in place to get this back? Because if you do, we're more likely to give you what you're asking for right now on a new line of credit. If you can show them that payment plan, they are again more likely to jump on whatever you're asking for. Trust me, I've done this, it works. And again, with the people that are trying to collect money from you on the payments per month, they'll work with that. I've heard people go down as low as like $20 on certain things. Granted, I just ended up paying those accounts off like immediately just to get them done and over with. But, pay them as you go. Most of these things you can pay off all at once, and they'll give you a huge discount, or you can make monthly payments and you're going to end up paying interest on that stuff anyway. But, the whole idea here is, if you want to wait it out 7 years, wait it out 7 years. But I'm telling you right now that I have seen a lot more gains. And again, this is my situation. I've seen a lot more gains a lot faster by head-on approach. Pay them down, especially if they're low accounts. Pay them down, get rid of them, but make sure that they are going to mark them as paid in full, and that there is the ability to get them removed. Most likely you're going to have to do that on your own or hire somebody to do it. But if they're paid in full and you have the ability to get them removed as a derogatory item, that is where you want to be. So approach it head on, pay it off as fast as you humanly possibly can, and your credit is going to go from whatever bad situation you're in right now to being in a more workable situation. It is a snowball effect. Once you get the ball rolling, it's only going to get bigger and gain momentum, and before you know it, you are back where you want to be and need to be as an individual. Being able to actually do things and not have that cloud hanging over your head, like, man, what am I going to do today? Because, I have bad credit. I can't do this. I can't do that. No, you need to stay positive about this. Go at it a little bit at a time. But once you start gaining traction, you'll see it. Trust me. I have been doing this, like, my actual pursuit of getting this done and handled and over with, it extends way, way back. But I had something happen and I had to restart everything just about a year ago. And it's actually like 10, 11 months right now. And in 10, 11 months total, I have gained back now 100 and... It actually just went up. Man, I'm really thinking right now. It's like 171 points, and I think I just saw another 6-point gain. So somewhere between like 170 and 180 points in 10 to 11 months by simply paying stuff down and getting these little accounts, like the self account, which I shouldn't even call little. That's been a huge. The self account and the self secured card. Huge, huge, huge benefits. But either way, that is my opinion. That is how I'm doing things. That is my approach, and it is working for me. If you choose to do it, and I think it'll work for anybody that does it. I'm not aware of your situation, but you are. Look it up and give it a shot. The worst thing that can happen is you're no further ahead than you are right now. So either way, thank you for watching. This is my idea and my approach and what's working for me on repairing my credit. Thank you for watching it. And if you want to use the self account, not that that's what this video was about, I'll put a link below. If you choose to use it, yes, I will be giving I think like a $10 addition to my account. And if you don't want me to get $10, that's fine. Go sign up at Self Inc. anyway. I still recommend it. It works. It helps. It's really big as far as rebuilding your credit. Again, thank you for watching. Have a great day, and good luck with everything. I'll talk to you later.